It is Lord Haywire. I'm doing some game creation today, and I'm working actually on my Hex Demon game. This is a closed source one. My other one, I think because my hotkey is Control Shift L, it's thinks I was trying to do something with light. This is a closed source one, and these are all currently temporary graphics. I'm using the Forgotten Adventures tile pack. It's hex based, obviously, and the point of the game is that you summon demons. I never have time to work on this one, so I like work on it in 30-minute. Like I gotta jump on for 30 minutes, and then I gotta stop, take a nap or something. So I thought I would do this since I already put aside on the weekends, you know, three hours each Saturday and Sunday for the 2D4X game that I'm working on. I figured I'd just slip this one in here, and I already see a bug. We'll probably run into a bug where it's at that spot. So I already have it set up. This is a turn-based game. I already have it set up to generate random maps. Not very well, but it works. But on the first, so this is the first level though, and this is the only level that I'm kind of. I decided after I got the random map thing working to go back and make like the first level. The first level is, you know, you get your abilities. In the upper left-hand corner is your hit points. I should probably call it hit points. This is the number of souls you have because you need a soul to summon a demon. And this is what turn it is. And there's a combat log over here. And once combat log happens, this guy's supposed to be green right now, so that's the bug. It's green whoever's turn it is, and that's the. Anyways, so you can move around. There's a goblin. These tokens I just found free online. We're going to redo all the graphics. I'm going to hire an artist. I just needed some placeholder graphics, and I want to put like a rug down the middle of this, so it's more regal. But I don't want to fuck around and be stuck on graphics all day long. So I am currently just placeholder graphics, and this is generated with math. Instead of, so anyways, what I want to do today, I forgot to turn off the gizmos. This is just showing that they can see each other, and we'll see if this actually works. We'll leave that gizmo on. So if you go down behind a pillar, yeah, the guy is now invisible. We don't know where he is. There he is. And combat currently is this: you bounce into each other, and that's what I want, but it's just a random roll, and it doesn't, the hit points don't matter. Yeah, and then you get a skull when you're dead, but you can still keep fighting. It doesn't matter, and you get negative hit points and stuff. So I want to work on that today. I want to have them be able to equip weapons, etc., etc. It says that there's, that was that light mode thing. First off, let's fix this bug. And I noticed this right before I started streaming. I was trying to fix something else, and I thought this would do it, but it did not do it. This is if player can see is true, we don't need this anymore. I don't think. We're going to have to test this a bunch. I don't know what that is. I'll leave it there temporary. I have a lot of commented stuff. Baby Demon is the demon you can summon. So let's hit play again, see if that fucked anything up. Then we'll get to the combat part. And basically, I just want to be able to equip a weapon. I'm not gonna have an inventory right now. That's way later. Not way later. It's coming up. What did it complain about there? Yeah. So now my guy's green. So it's supposed to be everybody, whoever's turn. And you might notice like it just flashed. It's because this guy's just got spawned. He's supposed to be coming through that door right there. But you can also summon a demon. So now we have a little baby demon there. And then, they're green, and they can see each other. We can turn those gizmos off. I just have that to make sure. It's easier to test. And if you move on like your demon, he'll move away, And, he killed him with one hit. Anyways, so that's like, it's bare basics of gameplay here. So there's a couple of different things I want to do. I kind of want to. So one of the ideas behind this game is that Path of Akra is what made me like inspired to make this game, because I wanted it simple. Path of Akra is way better than anything I'll probably ever create. But I just really love this summoner class, and so I think I want you to name. I know I want you to name every demon that you summon. And I was thinking, maybe we'll start with that, and then we'll move on. This game is pretty simplistic, and I'm using like getter setters like mad in this. Like, it's crazy how much getter setter shit I'm using. It's I don't know if I've gone insane. Like the whole game is getter setters, properties or whatever they call them. You know, we'll do the naming thing later. The combat log seems to be working. So first off, I think what we're going to need to do, so almost everything, oh, we're already there, is stored in this token information, token info here. Player can see, we do need that one. See, like, look at all these getter setters here. And I don't think this wait for initiative needs to be like this anymore, but we'll leave it there anyways. I was having some issues with how the order of things, but so I think what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna have so the token info is on all of the player tokens, the demons, and and on your enemies. So I think what we're gonna want to do is have like a scriptable object for weapons, because we are going to do weapons later where we're going to do an inventory system, and I can't decide if you can pick them up off the ground, if I want to do pick up off the ground or just at the end of the level. So when you kill everything, that's the end of the level and it would go to the next level. Obviously I don't have a next level set up yet. It's too early for that. So we are going to need a scriptable object, and I started on this. So like I said, maybe I didn't have time to just set up my scriptable objects folder. It doesn't look like I did. So I thought I did, but like I said, I have 30 minutes and then I gotta, do something else. I'm surprisingly busy for someone who doesn't do anything and accomplishes nothing. What's your fucking problem over here? As the value sign is never read. Yeah, I was kind of fucking around with some different ideas. Oh, right. This is how you, the tutorial originally, so I got to learn stuff. I did a tutorial on field of view. I used it a long time ago. I forget what's the guy's name, CompSec3 or something. Maybe I'll link to it. It's really good. It's a field of view is surprisingly easy to do. We can comment out this. I like to have no messages. Field of view, yeah, because we're skipping this. So you used to do it every 0.2 seconds, but we just have it check at the beginning of your turn. I'm trying to make it because so my goal is to have you summon like tens of demons, so like up to like 100 or 200, so the whole screen is just filled with demons, like flooding across the screen very quickly. So the whole key is speed in this game. Speed of your character turn and all of their turns. They need to fly by. Otherwise, it's going to be boring as shit. And it may still... This is one of those things where you have like a game idea and I might spend all this time developing and it might suck. And I wonder what happens when people, I heard about like the Battle Bit guys. They made their game and everybody hated it, but then they changed it up and now everyone loves it. I wonder if it's going to be one. Well, not that everyone would love it, but I get to the point of releasing and everyone's like, "This is boring, fucking shitty stuff." So my idea is that, kind of like similar to Path of Akra, this is definitely inspired by that, where the game depends on what you pick for your demons. Like your demons, you summon them and then they gain levels, and what you choose will base how well you do in the game, versus it's not where you position yourself so much. It's more about where you move or where you pick for the demons that you've summoned. That's the idea. So what the fuck were we doing? We were getting rid of those things, and then we were going to... Why did I do that? Oh yeah, we're going to create a scriptable object, and I think... excuse me, I'm going to have to look up... I can't remember. I haven't done a scriptable object in ages. But I think that's what we want. Because one of the cool things is with a scriptable object is if you change it, it updates all of the other ones. So we're going to have like a ton. Here's what I needed. We're gonna have a ton of uh, oh, I should have called it weapons SO. I like to put SO at the end of scriptable object. We're gonna have a ton of, I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. I got sidetracked. My brain barely works these days. And I've also used ChatGPT a bunch with this game. And the fact the other day, I for the combat log, it was this right here. I had a different thing that ChatGPT had helped me with, and then I was gonna edit it, and I was looking at it. I was like, okay, I gotta just type this shit in. And I was like, I kind of don't feel like typing in that stuff, so I copied this and I pasted it in ChatGPT and said, I just want to do this, but with game objects, 2 different game objects, and it was like, yep, here you go, here's the code. It's like, great. I didn't have to write anything. So we're gonna need this, and I think this is supposed to say scriptable object. And then I think we're also going to need this. File name is going to be, I'm going to have to test this because I can't remember how this shit works. Weapon, maybe? Can't remember. We'll see. We're going to put this in. What is this? Where does this bring this? Oh, I clicked. I was waiting patiently. This computer is getting worse and worse over time. So what that is if you create a new thing. Yeah, so it puts it in this menu up here, so you can just spam these out easily. I think I like scriptable objects right there. And then we'll change this thing though to create new weapon. Do we want that all capitals? Are these other things all capitals? I like consistency. It looks like everything is capitalized, so create new weapon. And then we have a new weapon, and we're going to call this dagger. Your character is going to start with a dagger. We're going to do a dagger, a short sword, and currently only melee works. Well, it barely works. A dagger, a short sword, and a claw. We're going to have the baby demons here equipped with a claw, so they do a claw attack. So that's what we're gonna kind of like Pathfinder 1, sort of have each thing that they can do. And so I want them to have them like, I don't want to use the term evolve. I want them to change over time, the demons, as they get better. Like they'll grow multiple arms or tentacles or whatever. So the first thing we need to do though, this is empty. We probably need to put something in here. This is going to be, and like I said, I haven't used a scriptable object in a long time, so we're going to probably have to relearn how to do that shit. The first thing this is going to have to have is public string. That's actually what I want. And then we're going to want, I do want this, but we're going to have a min damage, max damage. Damage. Yep. Thank you. And then that's all we need. For right now, that's all we need. And since we added this to this, it updates all these other scriptable objects, and so we're going to call this dagger. And that's the joy of, we're going to say it's 1d4. 1d4 is actually 1d5 in this. That's the joy of scriptable objects, is that, it's easy to deal with this data, and we're going to have a bunch of data. I'm tempted to put in another folder that's like weapons. We should probably do some sort of armor too. But that's fine. And I wonder if I should just call this weapon SO. Let's just call it weapon SO while I'm naming shit. Well, yeah, I know it's gone. We'll do it this way. And then We have our dagger, and like I said, I'm gonna have an inventory system, but that's way later, and I got to do a bunch of tutorials on that. I've been using Chat GPT a lot actually for this game, and it's surprisingly helpful. You know, I know it's not an AI and whatnot, it's just a language thing, but it's surprisingly useful. So then in token info here, I gotta remember how this works. I think, where would we want this? We would want this. See, we got this damage min, damage max. Maybe we should name it that way. Let's rename this. Damage min, damage, what? Max. Let's save that. And then we're gonna have to fix this thing's damage. The reason why we put it as 5 is so that we can put it in the random numbers. And in the random numbers, if I remember correctly, the minimum is what number you started with, and then the maximum is 1 less than whatever. So this will do 1d4 damage. We'll test it, obviously. Back to my token info. I think we need to have, so this stuff is gonna go. Oh, we're also gonna need to set up like a skills area. But I think we need a public scriptable object, and that is the one we want. Now, if we look at this, how the fuck does this work? I think I can just drag and drop this shit in here, but let's double check. Whoops, don't click on that. We'll get a massive bug. Yeah, I think I can just drag and drop this dagger in here. That seems to have worked. Let's hit play and make sure it sticks. Oh, I didn't save it. Dragging things into prefabs sometimes can be, so you know, it's only supposed to access itself. It's there. Okay. A prefab shouldn't be accessing things outside of itself, pretty much. All right, so we have this. We can get this out of here. And then we'll get these bugs, which is good. Yes, not good. Where's this thing? Oh, this is also... Oh, this is just me setting the... come on. I know it's somewhere else. It's probably not combat log. It's probably in combat. Whoa, what did I just click? I do have this co-pilot on, and I turned it off on my 2D4X game, which I normally stream, because it's fucking terrible. But I'm leaving it on. I'm giving it one last chance here. So we already have this stuff, but this is actually going to be... What did we call it? Damage min, damage max. Damage min, damage max. Where is this? This is on... Oh, we're already assigning this up here. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look this up. Was this, did I make in token info? Did I make this, scriptable object is public. There's going to be we have to access this another way, and I can't remember how. Weapon SO. I knew there'd be some kind of weirdness. What is your potential fix here, buddy? Internal. No. 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 Maybe it's just mad because there's... We'll figure this out. And I'll probably have to look it up. No. Just have to Google it. It's been a while. A bowl object is a data container. Game objects, spawn manager, spawn value. There's the public instance of the scriptable object, which is what we have. Is it just like a typo that I'm looking at here? Wouldn't be the first time. Damage min. That's just like, maybe like I forgot an E. What the fuck is this thing? Fine. We'll do it this way. No. Maybe I put in... Oh, maybe I do it like that. I can't remember. Get the fuck out of here. Damage min. Let's see here. That looks right to me. Now back to combat. Are you still complaining? You are not complaining there, but you're complaining here. What's your problem? Damage max. That is a typo. All right, we did it. We've accomplished something. I definitely knew that. I was like, man, do I really want to stray me fumbling through trying to figure out, how to use scriptable objects again? And then I was like, yeah, let's just do it. All right, let's test this fucking thing out. And they will set up. Well, the goblin's gonna have a short sword. We just have to go over here and hit it once. It hit us. We hit it, then it hit us. We currently... Well, no, we should have hit once. What's going on there? Roll to hit. Let's make the wizard's to hit skill higher than 50 as well. So he missed this one, but this one he hits. So he should have done some damage. Did this goblin do any damage? Oh, he missed. Did he do any damage here? Oh, he missed again. We'll leave the goblin at 50, but we'll make the... Oh, we got a bug. Compare tag. Wow, is that a new... And did we get a new bug? I've been using this for quite a while. So it happened later on. We don't need this raycast shit. We don't need these. We don't need this. Let's see. No, once again, let's put this over here so I stop doing that. When did that start? Because we can test, we can look too. I have all this stuff set up so we can look at it. Okay, it happened like on the third time. That's weird. Object reference not to a set combo attack opponents. Let's look at the wizard clone here. Its destination's all set. Its destination is not set. So there's something wrong with the goblin's AI movement script, which obviously that's what it brought us to when we went here. But what is the deal with it? Why would it have stopped? Did this thing die? No? It's still alive. If it dies, that little skull appears. What are we doing here? If this is occupied by enemy, why did it lose its destination hex? Let's look at it again. Like I said, I knew there was going to be bugs that I just haven't run into. Every time I played, I run into a new bug, and then I fix some stuff, or then I add a new feature, and I discover other bugs. The good thing with that is when I'm usually bug hunting, I find better ways to do it. So the thing has its destination. No, it doesn't. It never has a destination hex. Well, how has it ever worked? Okay. I wonder. Yeah, I was about to say. I wonder if I've been doing something dumb like this. So this used to happen on the whatchamacallit, the player, and I fixed it with that, if I remember correctly. And we're counting on my memory, and so this is probably a terrible idea. And I think I removed destination hex for a while because I was like, oh, I never use this, but then it turns out I guess I am using it. Let's see what this little fucker says now. All right, why would we suddenly need the destination hex? Let's see what it does. So about now is when it should bug out, and it did. I wonder why it doesn't do it at the first few times. So I'm not using colliders. I have colliders on here for something else, for the field of view thing, but they're not bouncing because of the colliders. It's actually doing it a different way. All right, you goblin fuckstick. Why are you back to 0? Do we have another spot where we're setting this to 0? We could probably just find this. Its current hex should never be. Do we have something else? Man, I just thought of something that was quite horrendous. So I had this whole game working with these hexes that I found in the asset store, and I used a tutorial to create the hex map, and I wanted to, and it was working great, and I was stoked. Gabi, why do you never have any? Oh, this is for allied swap. What? We're in player movement. Where's my AI movement? What is this too? We didn't save whatever. Oh. I bet you AI movement isn't open yet. So anyways, I had my hex map all going amazingly. Everything was working great. And then I decided, so I was just using like these colored one, like one was gray and one was yellow, and these that I had found online. And I decided I wanted to switch to these other hexes that are more like based on like things, like there's an altar, there's a floor and stuff, because it would be easier to figure out for, when you're playing to tell what's going on, even though they're temporary hexes until I hire an artist. And it turns out the original hexes I downloaded were not hex shaped. They were like mushy. They were wider, which should have been a huge issue, except that the grid creation that I used from this tutorial that was highly recommended, it's like the hex grid creation tutorial, the number one on YouTube, didn't create the grid correctly. So these things fit in there because his grid wasn't fucking created correctly. So I actually asked ChatGPT, and it's like, no, this is the way you're supposed to do it. And then I was like, well, why does ChatGPT want to do it this way? And this guy, he's highly respected. Why is he doing it that way? So I looked through his comments and stuff, and he said he was like, oh, I did it this way because the math is weird if you do it the other way. But it fucks your whole grid up. And it just, I was mind boggled. You get weird numbers. And so that's what this is. That's the reason I brought all that up, was because this player movement, if it gets close wherever it was, I just saw it a second ago, whatever. There's a thing where it says basically, it's this right here. If it gets close, then you're there, because we don't want to do the math farther than that. So that's why that's there, because we're using math Squirtle or some shit. It's like a turtle. AI movement. I bet you this is in AI movement. Okay, lies. Why is your destination never set? There's like a lot of this stuff is for debugging later, but it fills up the log. It's just doing path. So let's think this through. Every time, and why is it bugging out later? Shouldn't it have that problem right off the bat? See, it's fine with that. What, now you're not going to do it? Now you're going to do it. Wonder why. What a weird issue. But this is in player movement where it's having this issue. Maybe the AI movement, we don't give a shit. What is your player to... Oh, I stopped the game. That's the one bummer about debugging. This is you have to play the game because it's got to generate the fucking grid and shit. So what would have changed for the player all of a sudden? Now it's not doing it? There we go. So what changed? It looks like we're not dealing any damage still, so there's some issue there, but... Oh shit, I didn't want to stop it. If... So basically this is a hex grid is an array, and it's saying like, hey, if the destination hex X and Y is occupied, attack that one if its tag is enemy. Does this thing's... Oh fuck, I stopped it. Would its tag have changed? What would happen if it says else? Else, it's an allied token and you swap with it. Okay. So that shouldn't be the... Oh, that time it happened right off the bat. Okay, so then I think what's happening is it's getting the wrong number here. Oh. No, it's not getting the wrong number. What is this occupied? Come here. No, it has occupied in there. What the flying fuck? Check the tags on the Agabi. check the tags on myself. I did change something. The other day I changed something and the whole game fucking broke. And then I changed it back. The tag for the player used to be player. Now but I changed it to ally at some point and then forgot I did it. Okay, so what the fuck is this doing? We're doing combat. But that's not where that's saying this is croaking. Let's narrow this down here. Oh, it is saying it's croaking here. Wonder why it would die all of a sudden. Combat is attached to... How are we getting this combat? Yep. Do I have something dumb later? Like, because I've been fucking with things. Like I said, it's in a small... It's like the worst way to program because I never have time. I wonder if we have something turning off the combat script. I gotta stop stopping my game and let it just be running in the background. Come on. Okay, that got it like 5 fucking times. Everything's turned on. Bounce, move, allied bounce is attacking. Because I just have it moving there and then moving back. Target layer. What is right above this? Player movements. I swear I fixed this. This is for allied swap, actually. Let's put this back. There's probably a reason for that. And that's not what's bugging out. Let's do this again. It's probably something dumb. Is it not occupying its own? So there was an issue with like how it found its neighbors. That was a long time ago. What spot are you in? You're in 6-4. Are you in 6-4 though? You are in 6-4. And for some reason I have to click 45 times to get to this thing. You're in 5-4, which makes sense. Are these the same issues? They are. Let's look at this attack thing. Attack opponent. It's a game object. I haven't looked at this in a while. Oh, I just did introduce something new. Maybe it is this thing. Okay, so it's saying the destination hex of this guy is 5-4, which is where this dude is. And it's saying, look, if the tag is enemy, then it attacks it. If the tag is anything else, it's an ally and you swap it. Let's double check the tags. That's the tag. Ally, enemy. That is fine. Let's go check this attack. And so this is occupied by. Well, we'll check that too, but I think I just checked it. 5-4 should have occupied by, and it should have a game object in there. And it does. It's a goblin. That's what we're supposed to have. A goblin. Then we're opponent is this game object. it's getting the token info off of the goblin. Let's double check that this gob has token info. I mean, it would fucking be epically disastrous if it didn't. Maybe it is this shit that I just changed. Because it's the damage isn't getting generated. Okay, oh, that's what's happening. No, it is because we did this. Jesus Christ. We can test that really quick, but it is because we did this. And the reason why, we can just go 1 and 10. You know, the damage hasn't been showing up. It's in it. It bugs out when it hits the damage. So something's wrong with our scriptable objectness. Jesus Christ! Why didn't I just think immediately? Like, check the shit that's going wrong. So, like, right now would be about as much time as I would have to work on something. Then I'd have to go back and fix it. Let's maximize this shit so we can see it. We need to see some damage here by the wizard. Come on, wizard. When we're gonna change it so he hits all the time, we were going to. Is this guy even doing any attacks? His hit roll was a 99. Come on. Where is your prefab, buddy? Whoops, it was right there and I clicked. 2 hits, 100. Wait. How is this 2 hit being organized? Two hit roll is less than or equal to the token info 2 hit. We should have been hitting every single time. Well, no, every single time. Less than or equal to. So we got another issue in here. Let's maximize this so we can read it. Wizard clone to hit skill is 50. I just read 100. Token info, where are you? I probably have it hard coded in here like an idiot. That would be the problem. I tried to totally not do that, and then there I just fucking did it. Because it was baffling. I was having the opposite issue the other day on the 2D4X. It's like, why is this not working? I keep changing the code. Okay, so wow, look at that guy. Let's maximize this so we can read that shit down there. To hit skill is 0. The flying fuck. What the flying fuck? My music has stopped. Whenever I start streaming, I become a complete C-sharp moron. You're still allowed to call yourself a moron, right? I just double checking. All right, 2 hit combat. How are we getting this? Perfect. This combat is attached to the thing. Why the fuck is it saying that this is... What? Game. No. I mean, we're seeing less than or equal to token info. This is like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. It's probably a bug that I didn't notice because I had this combat thing has been in here for fucking ever. I could change this too to make the spawn closer. What's going on here? Oh, so this should be already. Oh, fuck you. This is combat log. So we don't need this here. This should always be. So at the beginning of the attack, it always puts that in the combat log. I try to, like, right away, or anything, when I'm making a game, I try to do some sort of log. Let's let this guy get the second hit here. Come on, motherfucker. Spacebar pauses it. So, wonder why it's 0. There must be somewhere else that's overriding that, I guess? Or I don't understand how the inspector works. Let's Google it. Unity public int is 0, not inspector. I don't think this is. Look at this guy's hostile. What is this? How old is this? This is ancient. That's like the first thing I always look. Who posted this? So Ghost 2K. Um, I don't. I think. Oh my God, it's Kurt. Someone gave this guy. I was reading some stuff. someone, Kurt was being a dick, and someone else was like, "Fuck you, buddy," and they got out. I mean, they didn't say "fuck you," but um, I know it's something I'm not understanding. You know what I mean? Like I know that like maybe it's like, oh well, this doesn't apply until later because this has been an issue. Well, wait, where am I setting like how many souls you have and stuff? Because you should have two to start. Oh wait, no, did I change that back? Well, let's see. It says you have one. Um, what happens if I change it right now? What? We got a bug before shit even started. Oh, wait, what? All right, we'll deal with that later. I was like banging on the keyboard. I think what's happening is, what do we have it on the goblin? Where's my prefabs? It's 0. I think it's getting the goblin's numbers. And I remember looking this up. I was like, are these instances? So we are accessing this. How are we accessing this? We are combat. Player movement is on the component, or sorry, on the game object. I don't think this needs an instance. I don't know where we're using that. We don't even have it set up in Awake. For a while, I was getting very excited about instances, and now I kind of going back and getting rid of it. Yeah, we don't need an instance of this. I wonder if that was fucking it up right there. Let's see. I don't like that I found another bug while I was doing that. You decided to jump to my other monitor? It was too. The initiative wasn't ready, huh? We'll have to figure out how to duplicate that one. Well, you're not supposed to kill me that quick. See, the goblin's getting the wizard's skill, and this wizard is getting the goblin's skill. So I wonder, okay, how the fuck is that happening? What am I doing here that they're getting the other? Does this, it's maybe this token info is getting swapped? Why isn't the whole thing imploded? I feel like the whole thing should have imploded if that's the case. I wonder if that's why I put that code in there. That's not what we were looking at. It was. Where was that? We gotta get a goblin here. It's got to be on turn 2 though. Um, So there's something fucked up with how I'm accessing this, I think. And that's why we were getting that issue with the dagger too, because the goblin doesn't have anything set there yet. So somehow they're getting the wrong token info. This thing isn't even showing what I don't even have that on the player movement. It looks like it's probably it's private. Um, since I can't spell. Whoops, not serializable. Get the fuck out of here. Obviously, I'm getting the wrong one. I must be getting the goblin for both of them. Why hasn't this thing just been a complete disaster from day one? um, I mean, we'll have to figure out another way to do it if that's the case. Okay, so it has the token info is the wizard token info. What if it's not that? It's there's somewhere else. Let's see here. It's a private token info. Opponent. Well, shit, fuck, it's right here. And I looked at this earlier and I was like, yeah, I guess we need the opponent's token info. Why would we want the opponent's token info? So I actually love programming when it's like this. It's like when I find bugs like this because it's obviously just something I did that was dumb. But the reason why I like it is because this is the code is doing exactly what I told it to. Wonder why I did that. What are we using? Fucking idiot. How much time did I waste? Okay. Why did I do that? What do we use with the opponent? Okay, I do know what we need the opponent info for is like when we fucking damage it, we gotta but that's oh my god. The fucking idiot. Okay. Oh yeah, actually check this out. Go back here. I know it happened. Okay, we're gonna leave this as a serialized field though. I know it happened. So at some point I had this inside the attack thing, and then I added this, and I probably didn't, like I was like, oh, I need the current hit points, and then I added this, but it was actually getting from this. Jesus Christ. No, I love it. Okay, this should be like called opponent. No, fuck off. Um, and we're gonna have this be so like for this one. This is the correct, and that's why this was bugging out, just like I said, because we didn't assign a weapon to the goblin yet. We'll do that in like 2 seconds. We just wanted to test the one thing. Um, so this one though, Okay, so the game object name hit. This should be... How the fuck do you spell opponent? The opponent's token info, we're going to have the hit points. He dealt that, so that's you. You dealt that much damage. This is going to be opponent. This code, I wrote this code like, 3 months ago, and I never noticed that issue. And then this is, yeah, you can switch to that one. If the opponent tokens, come on, give me this. Oh, fuck you. Opponent current hit points is less than or equal to 0. Combat log, the token. This opponent token is dead, and this one is. No, I want you. Okay, and then what is this? Else, he missed. Jesus fuck sticks. I'm gonna go have a smoke in a second here. So it should bug out when the goblin's attack comes because it doesn't have a fucking weapon assigned. And in fact, does the wizard have a weapon at this point? It does. Let's maximize this. What's happening? All right, the goblin has 0 skill, so that's we got a 4. And he rolled a 99. All right, so that's fine, except we don't want the goblin to actually have 0 chance. We'll do this. We want it to hit most of the time. We'll change you to actually 75, and we'll have the goblin also at 75. This is all going to change as well in a second. We're going to add like skills to it. But I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. If I can, get everything done how I want it. All right, be right back. Okay. All right. Let's do this shit. Turn on my break timer. And so the next thing we're going to want to do though, excuse me, is make a short sword. So we're going to go back to our scriptable objects. We're going to create a new one and we're going to call it short sword. We're gonna do 1d6 damage. We're gonna go like D&D style here. I didn't name it the correct thing. It probably can't have a space in it. I'm gonna assume it can't. Well, let's see what happens. Fuck it, right? Let's pop it open. Oh, I can't pop it open. Can I? I don't think I can pop it up. What happens if I leave it like that? Let's find out. Then we're gonna go to our prefab for the goblin. And we're giving him a short sword here. We'll go back to our scriptable objects. Short sword. It seems to be fine. Then we're going to start my music is what we're gonna do. Good God. I'm still, my mind is blown that I never noticed that bug. It's great. So I was working on this the other day and I started getting this weird debug log and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I went and tracked it down and it was in the wrong, hey, he missed. I hit and I dealt 4 damage. That's good. This guy's getting some bad rolls. He dealt 5 damage. We're at 5 damage. It's turn 8. We missed. Man, we're getting some bad rolls here. Oh, the wizard's dead. He dealt 6 points of damage. Looks good. We're not getting any bugs, I don't think. All right. So the next thing is we're gonna have a new scriptable object. I am gonna create a folder, and we're gonna say weapons. What was I talking about? Oh, so I got this weird debug log, and I went and tracked it down. And not only was the debug log in the wrong place, but it was. Is this going to be a scriptable object? Yeah. Yeah, because the goblins are going to have different skills and whatnot. Not so the debug log was in the wrong place. So it was an if else statement, and it was in like if, and it was supposed to be an else, and it would have never shown up if I had put it in the right place. But it was also that code was wrong, so it like showed me where the wrong code was that I didn't. It was. Anyways, we're gonna come on, motherfucker. Stop. What have I done? All right. Uh, we'll do skill SO, and we will wait patiently. Man, this computer is going down. It's really getting crappy. We're gonna call this skill because I fucked that up, and we're gonna get rid of this crap, and we're gonna get rid of this crap, and we're gonna go public. No. Oh, wait. What is this? This is... No, this is all of their skills. So we're gonna want to probably call this skills. How are we gonna do this? I didn't think about this. No, it's easy. It's easy. and then we're gonna go you know, public int short sword, except we're gonna go back here. Let me think this through here. I want to have like a whole, so every, you know, it's different weapons. So if your character picks up a short sword, they're not going to be as good as they are with a dagger or whatever. What I want, how are we going to access? We could put the skill level on the dagger itself, but then no, we don't want to do it that way. That'd be dumb. We could put, can we do that? So what I was thinking is we could put like the skill on the weapon. You know, like let's say dagger, we would have to change the scriptable object. And actually we should probably, what the fuck, where did that just go? Drop this in here. I don't think we can drag things between. We can try it. Let's see if we go to here and we said, skills? No, that's not going to work because then we'd have to have a different SO for every. Let me think about this. I'm trying to think of an easy way to link these things. So if you have the dagger equipped, it would already know. But we need our skill level. So we're going to have a skill thing attached to, you know, because the goblin's going to have a different skill level on dagger than the player was or whatever. So we can do a string, but the issue is with a string, let's see. The string would be skill name, right? And we save this. I don't think we can do it. Well, you know, I do it with, let's see. Let's test. I don't think this is going to work, though. The skill is called dagger. And then this one's going to be called short sword. Then, if we go back to, if we go up one, okay, and then we go to our token info, and we say skill should probably be first. And then we go, we can test this pretty easily. I'm just going to close these sprites. So I stop going down there. We should be able to test this pretty easily with we need to create one. Except I didn't do this right. Whoops, we're going to go up. I need an up button. We need this. To be up here. And we're going to go skills. And we're going to call this create skills. We don't want this to be or actually we do want this in order 1, and then we'll put this in 2. We want this to come second. Skills would be first on that list. Then we go back here. We go create. We wait patiently. We go create scriptable object skills. We're going to call this player skills. And then we're going to go back to our prefab here, wherever the fuck I put it. Wizard. Can I just click on this? There we go. And then we go back to our thing here. We should just create a new fucking folder while we're at it. Because we're going to have a bunch. Every monster is going to have its own skill set, obviously. Okay, don't flip out on me there. And we're going to go to here. We're going to say it's 50. We were doing 75. Let's do 75 again. And we'll do 75. That will... Then we're going to go and we'll just put in like... in the token info, there's probably a start thing here. We're on a wake. We'll just put a debug log because this is what I want to check. I don't know if you can do this. We want to go skills test. Yeah, let's do skills SO test. And we're going to go, it's kind of what it has there, but not. We're going to go plus, well, we can hit tab here out of laziness. Skill name, what's your problem? Skill, oh, yeah, it doesn't. We're going to put in skills SO dot, I don't think we can do this. Weapon SO, no, it would have to be like in brackets or something. Weapon SO dot skill name. See what I'm trying to do here? Var. Yeah, like that. But I don't know. Not like that. Then we would put skill in here. I don't think this is going to work. No, how do we do this? It wouldn't be a dot either. It'd be something else. So all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get... Can I drag? No, because these are all different. Let me look back at... Let me think this through. Maybe I could ask ChatGPT. So that what I'm trying to avoid is having to update it in two places. Like, if you get a dagger, it's using the dagger skill, and it's using the, then we'd have to set two things. I'm trying to set it to... You could do... I don't know if I'm able to do stuff in here. No, that's not going to work. I was trying to think. That's absolutely what I was trying to do. I don't want them, like I said, we can't do it by weapon because each weapon would be put in there. And I want a list of skills because we're going to be pulling these skills. I guess we could just set it every time. Let's actually change one of these to make sure that it's different. This port, that'll make the... So then we would need... Man, but then that's so easy to fuck that up. There's got to be a way to link these things. So I have a weapon. This is going to be an int. It's going to be 1 to 100. Can I just put... Yeah, this isn't going to work because you're, you're telling me. Let's just get rid of this. Actually, we want part of this. Can we do... No, it's going to be a number. Let's ask ChatGPT. Occasionally, it tells me smart stuff. So what I want to do is access another variable in a scriptable object from a scriptable object. You got to think about how you're gonna word this shit when you're doing this. Whoops, I want you to be up. In Unity, I access a variable in a scriptable object from another scriptable object. I don't think this is the answer I'm looking for. Let's assume you have two scriptable objects, scriptable logic A and B, and you want to access variable in A from B. Create the scriptable object classes. There's A and B. Reference to scriptable object A. Variable to access. Create instances of your scriptable object. Okay, so we're already going to do that. Assign in the inspector, you'll see a field, drag and drop those. Sometimes this shit is wrong. Regularly, this shit is wrong, by the way. Let's say you want to access variable. Oh. Okay. I think I get it. Let's move this to the other monitor. Oh. Um, uh, except I would have to. How would this work? Because they're different. They're different ones. I don't think this is gonna work. Because how would I access the different ones? Oh, I would have to go through in the script. Well, let's see how this works. Um, but see, this is the part where we would need to put that in. We would need to type. We need to adjust that for each. So, like, if we put dagger in here, sure, it's there, but it doesn't do us any good to be able to access them one at a time. We might just have to assign them separately. I was hoping. Why do you keep jumping over here? Did I make it? Did I put it over there that time? Um, yeah, that doesn't. That's not going to do us any good. There's probably some easy way to do this. So when I first started using Unity, I got really into scriptable objects, and then I found they weren't as they weren't really as useful for the way I was using them. I need to access different ones depending on object B's name. What? That looks like a giant pain in my ass. I'm just going to tell it like that. That looks like a giant pain in my ass. It's like, okay, well, here, let me show you the same thing again. Just do it. I don't want to do that. I want to do it a different way. There's got to be a better way to do this. We can just assign each thing. But that's a lot of like referencing around things. When I was thinking about this, I was like, oh yeah, we'll just have like a skills list. We'll attach it. Why can't we do skill name? Is that what that thing was? What is this thing that it was just talking about? Where it was like this equals, where was that thing? What is this? Um, now it was down here. I don't know why it doesn't use a wide. We'll use all of the space, and I got to do this scrolling bullshit all the time. This thing. What is that? Oh, this is just in the debug log. Hmm. Is there a way to replace the? I don't even know what it's called. the name of a variable with a string. So, for example, variable variable dot replace this would be a string. Replace this somewhere else. Reflection. Wait, shut up. Allows you to examine and modify the member of a class at runtime, including accessing members whose names are determined by strings. Here's an example you can use reflection to achieve this. Let's say you have a class with a variable named myVariable. When you want to replace the variable name with a string variable name and access it using the new string, keep in mind that using reflection should be done with caution, as it can have performance implications and can be error prone if not used carefully. Unity reflections. Should I use them? Sometimes, you know, like it doesn't, ChatGPT just grab that shit off the internet. It doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about. Oh, it's talking about that. A different type of reflection. This is so one of the good things, since this is turn based, we're not really like too stressed on performance, because everything has like it's kind of slow moving, and we can speed it up, and I have it set kind of slow so it's easier to tell the movement, like the movement and shit is working. I don't need examples just yet. All right, well, let's try it out and see how shitty it gets. Well, I mean, we got to figure out how it works. Public class, my variable example uses start. The fuck is this? Instance dot my variable equals 42. Okay. Replace the variable name with a string. String variable name. Replace variable. Access using the new string. I don't think this is what we want. Every time I say to myself, oh, this is going to be easy. All right, I just had an idea. Except, how would we set that up? All right, let's do it. Let's just to carry on here, because I think I just done. I mean, so I am gonna do like some tutorials like on inventory, and I think they're gonna go over this something similar. So let's just do this player skills, and we'll do another one for goblin skills, and we'll manually put the skills in goblin skills, and we'll go from there. We'll figure that shit out later. Let's make the goblin. Well, the goblin has a short sword, so we'll go see. Well, it doesn't really matter what the fuck the goblin has, because we'll have it 50, which is probably the same as I put here. It doesn't really matter what the goblin has. Well, nothing matters at all. Oh, let's see. Let's go back to our prefabs. Where are you, Mr. Goblin? And we're going to put in here um, goblin skills. See, the whole idea is like if we were to drag and drop a dagger in here, it would automatically know what skill to use, and I don't know why I'm struggling with that concept. I really feel like that like you could put like skill name here. And maybe I'm on the right path. And you just make sure that you get the right skill name. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you can have like a dictionary. So that's what I was thinking too. Is you can have a dictionary, which is like the skill name, dagger, and then uh, it would have the skill there. But how would we like put in? Can I make a dictionary in a? It'd be the one time I've ever used a dictionary the way you're supposed, like the basic dictionary thing. But how do you like make it serializable or something? To access it from the inspector is what I'm talking about. Um, it kind of seems like that would is the best. I mean, or you could have a different. No, I mean that's such a man. I did not expect this to be the thing, the stumbling block. Let's put in this. Yeah, I did not expect this to be the thing that fucked me up here. I don't know if that's actually what I want. What do you want? What are you complaining about here? And how would you assign it? On like on a wake, it would get the skill. Like it would be such a bizarre. Because like on a wake, you could do. Yeah, exactly. Like, well, not like that. Oh, wait. You might be able to. I wonder if that was code. What was it called? Copilot that offered that, or if it was in telecode. So that's a string. So let's think about this again here. Is this serializable? Like I don't know, in fuck scriptable object. I don't know. This okay, it looks like that, but it's in a dictionary. So then if we went to like the weapon, how often would we need to update it though? Like I said, this is not what I expected to. Um, under dagger we have this. I'm just going in circles. Man, this seems so it. You know, they were talking about like having a list of scriptable objects in one of these things that I looked at a long time ago, and I didn't need to know that information. So you'd have like a dagger, you know, that had poison on it, and you'd have like a list of all these things. Um, okay, so this is player skills, dagger. Let's hit play and see what comes out here. Because on awake it should, you will probably bug out. On awake it should add that stuff to the dictionary. Where's my wizard? So I can't see it, which I don't know if it does matter. So let's go back to these skills. Can we do? I don't think you can. I feel like you can't do that for. Well, I mean, we just did. Uh, Man, I totally thought this. I was like, man, we can get all this shit done in 3 hours. Because I've been so lucky with this. Where, well, I don't know about lucky. I have been incredibly. Um, yeah, I mean, it might be there, but we can't see that shit. You know where we can see it though. Yeah, that doesn't do shit. And this only happens on awake. Yeah, this is a terrible idea. Whatever idea I'm doing here is wrong. I'm thinking, because there has to be a way to do this without all of these issues. This doesn't have to be a scriptable object. We can put it in token info. They're all going to have like the same, the same number of skills. A goblin's going to have, all of the different skills. They're just only going to be using the ones that they have the weapon equipped. And we could assign it. Um, Okay, let's ask Chat GPT. Maybe I'm just going in it the wrong direction completely, and that's one of the things that I actually find useful with Chat GPT. Uh, the whole sometimes it just says like, "Hey, here's a way to do it," and then like it's wrong, but it gives you the right idea of like, "Oh shit, I never thought about it this way." I have a scriptable object of a weapon. I want the skill for the weapon to somehow be linked to the weapon. The skill will be in a list of skills. Oh shit, I used the word list. So it has skill name in there. See, this is where my thought process was. And create a new script and turn it into a scriptable object. Create another script, turn it into a scriptable object. Link skills to weapons. Now you can create an instance of your scriptable object for each weapon and skill. To do, right click on that. You'll see the options to create both the skill and weapon. Create a few skills and weapons. And you see they're using every skill is its own thing. I use the word list. They will loop through all the skills linked to the current weapon and perform the necessary logic. For each skill in weapon skills. Is that what we want to do? Can I do this without having the skills in a list? For example, I would just have the skills in a scriptable, have all the skills in a scriptable object instead of each on their own. Are you lying to me? Skill database. What is this garbage? My music stopped. In this approach, you would define a single scriptable object that contains a list of all the skills available in the game. Let's call this script skill data. Each skill will have its properties such as name, damage. This skill, motherfucker. See, this is like a perfect example of ChatGPT not understanding, because it doesn't have a brain. ChatGPT doesn't actually think. So it doesn't like a human immediately be like, a skill is not going to have damage probably associated. I guess it could, but most likely the weapon would have the damage associated with it, but whatever. System serializable. As before, create a C# script named skill, but this time it won't be. It would simply define the properties of a skill. Okay, this is like just having us go about it in a different direction. And then we would have this here, but we would be able to see these things. Oh, wait. Create another, turn it into a scriptable object. In this script, you'll define a list of skill objects that represent all the skills available in the game. Create an instance of the script in the Unity editor. Link skills to weapons. In your weapon script, you'll have a reference to the, instead of, I've looked at the word skill so much that right now I'm seeing S-kill. It wants me to use an index, huh? I mean, we could do that. That's not that big of a deal. Access skills from a weapon. Now you can access the skills of a weapon from your game code by calling getLinkedSkill method. I don't see the name of that method. I see use current weapon skill. Oh wait, is that up here? Yeah, okay, it's up here. But what would this look like? Okay, so this is similar to my dictionary idea, except that they put system serializable. Was this is in its whoops? This is in its own mono behavior or something. And it's not even it's just a public class called skill, name, and damage. Um, this might be what we want, honestly. Um, create a skill scriptable object. As before, create a C# script named skill, but this time it won't be a scriptable object. We'll simply define the properties of its skill. Create a skill database. So we would have to create a public class for every skill. Then we would have a public class. All right, let's try this out here. Let's see how this works. We have a public classes, so let's start it. Create a new screen. Dagger. No. We'll put skill at the end. I swear to God, I typed in skill. Now it just was lagging. Man, this computer, I feel bad for it. Let's see here. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass, though. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't be a pain in the ass once we add, each weapon. I feel like this is the wrong way to do it, though. And we're so early on. Let's not fuck with this. I know I said that earlier. Then I changed my mind. Don't say if we don't care. Let's not fuck with this just yet. Because when I do the inventory system, I bet you, like in the tutorials I do for that, I already said all this. And I already said, oh, and then this is kind of like both why I like programming and dislike programming. No, I just like the problem solving concept. We're just going to use this for now. We're going to manually assign this shit. Um, we're not picking up any weapons anyways. We got the different weapons. We can just say, whatever. We don't need this shit. Um, we'll just do it this way for now. Don't want it to get too complicated when it isn't necessary when we do inventory. When I say we, I mean me. Yeah, I wasted like an hour on that. So for combat, man, it's totally setting us up for fucking failure though. Because it's setting you up, well, who gives a shit right now? We just need things to work. We're gonna actually need another weapon here. So let's create another weapon. And it's gonna be claw. And we're gonna need a new skill set, a new skill in the we'll say the damage is 1 through 4, and the skill name will be claw, even though this doesn't matter. And we'll call that weapon name claw. And then we'll go back to our demon here. We'll give the baby demon. Oh, it should be called like, small claw or something. I wonder if we what the fuck am I doing? If we rename stuff, if it fucks it up. Let's see. I shouldn't have done it this way. I don't know. I'm all discombobulated. We just do it right fucking here. On the wrong weapon, or on the wrong thing. Baby demon. So the demons are going to grow. We don't have a skill for you yet. Claw. And it might have 2 claw attacks later, but it's going to start out with 1. Let's go back to our scriptable object skills. We'll create a new skill demon, baby demon. It's a baby because it just got summoned. And we actually needed to give it some skill. We need to also update this to have claw. We should probably do this alphabetically. And then we'll say that the baby demon will have 50%. 50%, and it will have no skill. It's the base. The base is going to be 20, and we actually could have put that in here. The base rate for all these is going to be 20, and then we can manually go in and change them. Maybe I don't even want scriptable objects, and I just got excited about it. Again, this is like the 5th time. Okay, so you should have 20. You didn't get updated because it's fine. Claw would be 20. And then we go back to weapons. 1 through 4. That all looks good. 1d6. So the goblin's gonna, be a little bit better, but you can summon a demon, and the demon can attack. And did we put we put the skills in? So on the token info, we already have that dragged in there. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this. Well, how are we gonna do it? So when in the demon is summoned, we need to say like use this claw skill. Man, I really feel like I should be able to do this with just a variable. You know what I mean? Like, let's go with token. Go back to token info. So, like on awake, I really feel like I should be able, yeah, somehow do it like this. Let's ask the stupid chat GPT again. In C#, how do I use a var for part of a skill or part of a variable name? Oh my god. Get value. Wait. What do we have here? The var keywords use however, if you want to use a variable to ask as like a field or a property of an object dynamically, you can use reflection. You're telling me about this reflection again. Here's an example of how you can use it. Suppose you have a class weapon SO and another class skills SO, and you want, I'm going in circles, and I understand that I'm going in circles. You want to access a property. Here's how you do it with reflection. See, it doesn't understand that SO is a scriptable object, but a human would. Not sure why it's doing these getting setting shit. It's unnecessary, but it's fine. It likes to do that, actually. There's somewhere that whatever code it ate, somebody likes that. God, another hour. Okay. New weapon. This is a list, though, isn't it? I don't quite. It's not a list. I don't understand why it looks like that. Skill name. Weapon as. Okay, skill 1. Skill 1 is awesome. Skill 2 is fantastic. Use reflection to access the skill dynamically based on its skill name. Type. Why type? Skills type equals. The fuck do you use skills type dot get property? Property info. Where is this property? Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this like a C# thing or? Skill properties equals skills types dot get property. If skills property is not equal to null, you know, it also loves to do like null checks and stuff, which is good, I think, and it's like training me not to just be so haphazard. It's like, nah, just fucking do it. I know that the thing's there. I just typed it in because later it helps with my issues of breaking. Okay, so I think I understand what this is doing. Um, okay, so let me take a break. I'll be back. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, let's try this out. Turn off my break timer. Forgot to turn off my music. This is gonna happen in a wake. Let's see what this fucker says. Without, I don't know why it does. What does this mean? Let's ask it. What is this shit? Why does it look like this? This equals new. It's not a list. New instance of it. Let me break it down for you. This part creates a new instance of weapon class using... Why do we need a new instance? Why do we need a new instance? Okay. Polymorphism. All right. Well, if that's the way you say it. I'm one of those people that has to, like, it doesn't stick in my brain until I've used it for a while. Then I go, oh, I get run into the inherent issues of not using it. Okay, so it wants us. It doesn't like this, I guess, is the thing. It wants a skill name. Okay, those are the SOs, whatever. No, we do need that. We do need that. Okay, so this is going, but we want it to be in a wake. So I guess we'll do this. Oh, but then we can't drag and drop them in there because they're scriptable objects. Let's do it without that because I think that it's its own instance because I dragged and dropped that shit in there. We'll see what happens when I have two demons. Okay, so then we have those all assigned. Oh, I was going to do something else. Let's make this so that we can tell that we're hitting the right stuff. We'll have like we'll go to the skills stuff and we'll have like the baby demon skills will be 40 on the claw. The goblin skill will be, they're going to use a short sword, so they'll be 50 is fine, and then the dagger will be 60. So they're all, we know they're all different. And we actually should make these all, because if we see 60, then we know something's wrong. This is not how it's going to be long term, obviously. Giving the player a little advantage here. Okay, so we have that shit. So let's see how we do the next shit. Type, skill type is something. So it wants us to do, and where's awake? Where's my awake? Here's my awake. Get this shit out of here. Temporarily, it wants us to say type. No, just type. Skills type, that's just the name of the variable it's using, which is fine. Type of, stop it. Skills SO. It doesn't like this because we got to add something in here. What is this saying? Okay, that's fine because we haven't used it yet. Property info. It put a little thing in there. Skill property. Weapon, it's pulling this. So this is a different, thing, but it's pulling it from the same data it got fed. If skill property is not equal to, it's oh no, it's not identical. Okay. Um, what did this one say? Look at this line of shit. That's not what we want at all. Whoops, I pulled up the wrong thing here. We wanted to say var skill value equals, it's similar, skill property dot, yeah, then debug log. I like that one better than this is the one that it said. And then we'll copy this debug log. Okay, then let's go through this again and look at it so that hope I understand the basics of it. Okay, so it's getting a type. I don't know what the fuck that is. Skills type equals type of skills SO. This isn't gonna work. Because this isn't gonna work. Yeah, it can't. Skill not found, dagger. It didn't find that. No, wait, it did. That could be anything right there. Go back to this. Type of skills SO. Let's read this thing again. I know I said I was just going to manually do it, but it's... I mean, I could just put a for loop in that says, you know, go through on awake, and then every time you change it, you would just for loop it through. But it's such a... I mean, how would you even do that? I don't know. It would be a mess. So how does this fucking thing work? So it has weapons. It's setting these. But then it's getting this type down here. Like this part makes... That makes sense to me. Okay, so I guess this type is it's just getting, you know, and now it knows what type we're looking for is one of these skills. Let's go through our code. Skill name is dagger. Weapon. Where did it say skill not found dagger? Let's ask it. Does this work with scriptable objects? No, not the new instance shit. I called it skill name. Well, and it found dagger. So it got dagger, and then it just says that this doesn't exist, but it does. So it's something else in this. It's something else in this thing that I don't understand. Property info, skill property equals skill type, skills type. So it's getting the property. Is this thing assigned? Just to make sure, we got to go to our prefab here. Make sure we got. If skill property. Can we debug log this thing, whatever this is? I guess we can. Maybe this will make me understand it better. Man, I was so like, this is gonna take 10 seconds. Every time I think that. Okay, so skill property is blank. It's actually not called skills S. Oh, it's called. Oh, but that is what we called it up here. Skills SO. Sure, there's no typos in there. What is your skill property? If skill property is not equal to null, weapon SO, we're ignoring that instance thing. And I wonder if that's part of the problem. So property info, skill properties equals skills type dot get properties weapon SO dot skill name. I know I've checked this 12 fucking times, but let's check it again here. Skill name. Skill name. skills SO. That's actually not the name of the one. It's called player skills, but I don't think it matters. Where does it get? Well, let's go back and look at this thing. Where does it understand? Oh, look at this. I have an instance already. Dragging and dropping it in the inspector. And I want to use the skill name from the weapon SO. Yeah, so this is what it was confusing me because I thought this already was creating an instance. But see, it forgot what we were talking about up at the top, so I have to like remind it. But how do I use that as part of a variable name? See, now we're back to making it a fucking dictionary. Man, what a waste of my time trying to figure this out because it's not necessary right now. Let's just get rid of this stuff temporarily. We can get rid of this thing completely. And we can do this. So we'd have to like set up a switch or something. Let me think of it. For each, if this equals this, we could set up a switch. But that's some dumb shit. And I mean, it would temporarily work. We could also just manually type in the hit skill, but then what's the fucking point of having all these other skills? I guess it doesn't really matter at this point in the game. Um, what we'll do is we'll just get rid of that temporarily, and we'll go back here and we'll just manually type in a 2-hit. I really wanted to link that stuff because I thought it'd be cake. Obviously, it was not. And the minute like I started actually sitting down to do it, I was like, wait, this isn't going to be that easy. But we do have the weapons in there, and then we can go back to, and when we do the inventory, I think the inventory might solve my problem. So let's give the wizard. He's not really a wizard. Well, I guess he kind of is. And we'll make him. Actually, let's give the wizard less. And we'll give him 40. And then we'll give the baby demon 40 as well. Now, what we're going to test here is that these things are attacking each other, and then when one dies, we're going to have to set up. And I have a game over thing for when you die. Kind of, it's half-assed, but we want it. So the first thing we want to do, actually, let's not summon it right away. Let's like do 2 moves. Now one is summoned currently. It's a baby. You hit Q. Now let's like run away. I think there was another thing. Yeah, we wanted to. Oh, that's interesting that it wasn't visible until it was my turn again. So on your turn, it checks. Only on your turn does it check what it can see, which is fine. And so you don't have any more souls. You got to kill this guy first. Yeah, and he's dead. We're down to 7 hit points, and then we would gain a soul from this guy dying. So let's put that in here since wasted like 2 hours of my life, 2.5 hours of my life. Well, the first 20 minutes was setting up those weapons. So in combat, let's see. If the opponent's is less than, they're dead, and then it sets the skull to active. But then we also need to like get them out of they're dead. If I just thought of something I hadn't thought about. If a demon dies, do you get its soul back? No, you do not get its soul back. So let's start. Let's do this first. What the fuck happened to my music? Oh, it probably thinks I'm not. It asks you this, and I hate it on YouTube. Okay, so it's skull. We have to like set it to not be active still, because currently it's still like, it will still keep fighting when it's dead. If the opponent is less than or equal to 0, and if is player, what the fuck is this? That's an interesting idea there, but that's not what we want. We'll keep this for something else. I'm very lazy. So if I can not type something again later. If the opponent is the player, I actually kind of like it when it says like is true. I don't know. We want to set active. Whoops. Where is that game over thing? Is that they probably have that in the controller? No. Player UI game over. What did we call it? We didn't call it anything. Do I have my player UI? I actually don't have that many scripts in this game yet. It's going to get more complicated as we go, obviously. Level up, summon demon panel. We actually don't have that's what we want. We actually don't have the level up mechanic. So you can spend souls on summoning demons, or you can spend your souls on game over. Or you can spend your souls on whatchamacallit, level ups. So that's part of like the whole mechanic here. What do we have this? What is this thing? What does it look like? I made this kind of. You have died. Okay. Well done. What about this button? What does this button do? What is this script? Oh, we're just setting this. We're just closing this. We do want a script that attach this, but we'll do that next. So we have this going. Now we can go back to combat, and we go. And that is that. We also. No, that's all we need to do right now. We'll set another. Man, what a waste of a. I have so little time to work on this too. I'm bummed on it. Reset game. and we'll set this somewhere. Probably in the controller. We'll put the we'll stick this on here. Doesn't do anything obviously yet. And it's funny how many people in like tutorials leave all this stuff in it. I've done a lot of tutorials at this point. And then we're gonna do a public void. I can't call it reset game because that's the name of this. So we'll call it game reset because, right? Or we can just call it reset. How about that? What was all? Did you see all that shit it was offering? I wonder what it was offering there. So to reset the game, I think there should be a pretty easy. I can't remember what it is, but I remember I did it on another game. Unity reset scene. It's right here. Oh no, it's the. Wonder why they downvoted this, or why he doesn't have as many votes. Because I think you can just do this, if I remember correctly. Guess not. Let's check out this scene. What? All that time. Oh, so he's missing this build index thing. Get active scene build index. Huh. I see why they didn't like him. So now we should be able to go to this thing, this button here, and it doesn't really matter. This shouldn't matter. Maybe it does matter. We'll drop the controller in here, and we will go to reset. Now, to test this, we just need to die. That shouldn't be that hard, right? We just won't summon a demon to help us, and this goblin should have the drop on us with no, maybe not. Let's get this show on the road there here. Let's maximize this so we can check it out. So I disabled it, but I had it so that enter would close some of these things. And then let's see. Did that just work? That just worked. Man, this goblin's kicking our ass. 2 in a row. All right, great. That's all we need. Oh, yeah, that's all we needed for that. So then the next thing we can do, we probably should. No, that's enough. So if it's the player and you equal 0, current hit points equals less than equals. So this is what we need to do. We actually should have another thing in here. If opponent token info dot souls is greater than or equal to 1. We could just say greater than 0. I think let's just do greater than 0. Opponent. See all that shit that pops up and it's like suggestion and it's all garbage? That's the Copilot thing. When I first started using it, I feel like it really did a great job of suggesting all sorts of cool ideas, but now it just suggests garbage. At this point, I just ignore looking at it most of the time. So then it's going to be current hit points. So it's going to reset the hit. Fuck. It's going to reset the hit points. So you're going to spend a soul. If you die, it's going to automatically spend a soul to keep you alive. And else, you're fucking done. Whoa. Whoa, what did you suggest there, buddy? And that will be part of your abilities, and you're going to be able to spend souls, like I said, to also get better at your skills and your attributes. Oh, that's something we need to add on in there too, is like if you have a higher strength or whatever. I'm going to make this at the beginning. I don't think people are going to like this. I'm going to make it so when you start the game, you actually get to pick between 3 characters that are randomly generated, and you just got to go with that. All right, you little fucker. Let's fight again. And you're supposed to kill me. Can you kill me, please? Oh, you know what? Even if you die, you'll still kill me. Okay, so I died. But my hit points are up. Why did this fire off? Yeah. This is going to get kind of annoying to test this. I can understand why when you're playing a game and you run into these bugs and the devs haven't played that part 60,000 forever because we're going to make the movements be a little faster. 15 should be like really fast. Whoops. Come back, my friend. Because they've done it. They've already played that part of the game 150,000 fucking times, and they're just sick of it. They're sick of playing that part of the game. Kill me, my friend. Oh, no, I haven't died yet. I have not died. We continue the fight. Oh! Okay, so now we need to do it. We need to get rid of this goblin and shit. If it's the player, that happens there. Else... we don't care how many souls that... So the demons don't... So let's work... Well, no, let's do the goblin first. We'll do like if... opponents... No. See, I hit tab. I don't want that. I don't want that stuff. If opponent... token info... It's not actually what we want. We want... just the straight up opponent. If we want opponent... Oh, and I always have to do this, and then because I can never remember how to do this. Tag... We want compare tag. No, let's do it this way. tag is equal to, I set up a thing just for this. I started a new thing called globals dot enemy tag, goblin tag. What did I call it? It's not around. Select hex. We might need that one. We might need that one. Enemies. Here it is. Player tag. Enemy tag. Man, I can't believe how. Oh, I've got instance. Enemy tag. I can't ever remember how this is supposed to be formatted because I just started doing this tag shit all the time. So then we'll do it. No, that's not what I wanted. I want the compare tag thing, you piece of shit. There, that one. It was right there. There we go. So if it equals, so let's see what this thing's offering. So yes, we do want the death skull to be active, but we don't want this thing. See, this isn't. Then we want to disable like all of its shit and move it below so you can stand on its corpse. So there's a couple of things we got to do. First off, we need to remove it from, we have a list. That's actually what we want to do is we want to remove it. It's not enemy, it's enemy. I think it's just enemy list. We just want to remove it from the list. So there's a list of the player and then his allies, and then there's a list of the enemies. We want to remove it from the list. And we want to pop the death skull. We want to remove it from the list. We want to opponents dot get component sprite renderer. Oh, you know what we also could do while we're fucking with the sprite renderer? I think we can go like color. What is this? The fourth color. The fuck are you doing here? What is like, what is this thing? This is A. Can I access that? I can. Oh, it doesn't like that though. And what is this, like a fucking thing? A float? What is this, a fucking thing? What is that? Let's look it up. I just had this idea. I want to access. No. I want to make it like kind of grayed out. I don't want to change the other ones though. Actually, can we do... It looks like I gotta do a thing here. But let me see something. Fuck you. Let's ask this thing. It will know. It will tell me in like 2 seconds. how do I just change the sprite renderer? Wait, was it called A? Yeah, color A. I don't want to call it a property. Alpha, what is all this shit? Okay, sprite color dot A. Do I have to have all these extra steps? That's what I'm trying to do here. Sprite 0, it's a float. I knew it was going to be a float. Goddamn floats. Sprite renderer color. Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay, so it's like setting the, you get the color. Okay. Yep. And then you go to this current. Yep. It even is, we want to like 0.2. I notice when it in the defaults, like when you pop open one, whatever. Now this is over here again. I guess I dragged it over there. Sometimes, a lot of times when you pop this open, when it's at like 40.4. I mean, not 40. 0.40. And then we go current color. Like that, I assume. And then we also want to, so the reason I was originally hitting up this sprite renderer, you know, if we're going to do that, let's just do this. Let's go sprite. This is going to be a sprite. Yeah. Okay. What do we call it? Opponent sprite. Current color. Opponent sprite. And the reason why I was originally hitting this up is we want to make this opponent sprite dot sorting order, and I think it is sorting order. We want it, hey, fuck you, to be 2, actually. I'm just going to double check that. Pretty sure the, pretty sure that our grid, well, I guess we don't have a grid yet. I'm pretty sure they're at 1. I could have just clicked on a hex. Could have just clicked on a hex. Yeah, they're at 1. So we just wanted to go down to 2 because we want to be able to walk on it. And then we also want to, I wonder if you can like do, what the fuck, man? Get all components. Get components. What does this say it does? I just want to set all of the components to off. Oh, except we don't want it to be all of the components. We want it to be, all of the components except for the sprite renderer. On a game object as inactive except for 1. What the fuck was that? So, like I said, I'm incredibly lazy. Let's double check like a baby demon if it dies. We want the sprite renderer. We don't care. We want the collider to turn off because it's using the field of vision to see with the collider. We want the token info to turn off. We want the detect. We want the AI movement. We want the combat. So I guess what we do. What is this? Go back to here. What is this? A mono behavior. Never seen that. What? Activate one. I mean, I'm going to change this. Each one of these components is a mono behavior. Learn something new every day. I mean, that makes sense since I'm getting component. All right, I think we actually just need like this part. I don't think we need that shit at the top. We'll find out in a second though. Kind of a much more tedious process than I wanted. Get components mono behavior, huh? If component is not equal to sprite render, can I just do that? Sprite render, come back here. What did it say over here? I like to like not listen to what it's telling me. This says it's a mono behavior. Are they, wait. Let's say you want to keep the mesh render component action, disable all the, open your Unity project and navigate to the scene where you have the object. Select that, create a script to handle the activation, right click on your project, blah, blah, blah. Double click on the script to open it in your preferred. Define a class that, you know what we could do? There's a better way to do this. We don't want all this garbage in our, maybe it's not a better way to do it. It won't apply to the player, but it would apply to everything else. So yeah, let's do it a different way, but but also the same way. Reference to the component you want to keep alive. So it's weird. Oh, well, I can't just say, oh, you know what? We're gonna do something differently here, but I told you I'm in love with um, disable. We're gonna do it and we'll set up a bool that says like is dead. If the thing is set to is dead, we'll have all this shit fire off. Not in the combat. We don't want the combat to be all cluttered and shit. And right now, you're not gonna have the ability to like raise the dead or anything. That's a different type of game. So yeah, we would have all of this be in that. We'd clutter up a different part. But we need to see if this works. So how can we do that? Shouldn't be too hard here. Where's my goblin? Um, I was tapping my delete button to the music that's playing in my headset. Come back here, you little bastard. We're gonna give him 1 hit point. And we'll give him a 10. Well, let's give him a 0. And we'll make sure that the whiz here is set for 10. I was thinking about getting, it looks like we have this as a, I don't think we need to see this anymore. Well, whatever. Who gives a shit, right? Now we should be able to go in for the kill here quite easily. What happened there? According to this, it worked great. Okay, so something happened. What? Why would that have affected? What the fuck? And so it gets when it didn't get a bug. Did it turn? I think I know what it did. I think it turned off all of the components on the player one. I think we need to do like opponent components. I think that's exactly what it did. Get over here and kill something. I think we accidentally turned everything off on our poor little wizard. Oh, he's not a wizard. That was the name of the thing I downloaded. Uh, mono behavior. I think that might all need. That's all we might need. Let's try it again. Our poor wizard. He's have you ever seen that Stargate episode where they torture Jack O'Neill? They just keep bringing him back alive to torture him some more. Ball is torturing him over and over again. Ball, the System Lord Ball. That's what's happening to this poor wizard. Oh no, run away. Kill this guy. Kill him. Kill him, wizard. You're the worst wizard ever. What are you doing? Didn't I make his skill like 100? No. Oh, his to hit skill's 40. There we go. Okay, we got to do another thing as well. We got to remove that thing from is occupied. Then we got to go. This is all the sprite changing of things. And then we got to go to. No, opponent token info dot current hex. I gotta pull it. I gotta access it a certain way though. And this is another thing I have to look up like every time. It needs to go like this. Do we have this in here already? That's okay. We can do it with grid creator instance dot create. I keep doing this too. I call it grid creator, but I keep. Ooh. How were we accessing this shit earlier? No, it does have instance. What the fuck is it talking about? Oh, it was probably talking about that. Instance hex array. Yeah, there's a bunch of shit going on here. Hex array x, comma. That's actually what we want, is that right there. Oh god, why? Um Hex does not contain a definition for is occupied. It sure does. But I'm doing something wrong. Oh, occupied by. Oh my god. There we go. That's why, because he was still, attacking the corpse because it thought it was still there. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm actually gonna do a little bit more since I started earlier, even, and I fucking wasted all those hours running in circles. That shit wasn't even necessary. Like I said, I just get like fixated on one problem and want to fix it. I don't want to give up, even though it might be way above my skill level. Um, But I want to get like more of this combat going, and since I started earlier anyways, I can take a nap in a minute. And that's my thing, as I take a nap after I do this. My brain isn't fully, well, maybe it will be when I come back after smoke. Maybe I'll just be like, oh. Anyways, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. Okay. Share. Let's put back this. Let's turn off this. All right, we gotta test out what we just did, don't we? What the fuck did we just do? Yeah. So now there should be no, we should just be able to roam around if it works correctly. We should just be roaming around the map. In reality, if this is the last one, okay, there's a problem. We need to. We can just do this manually, actually. We can set. So each one of these things, open it up, has this skull down here, and it would set at 25. We can actually set it to 2. And then we can save this, and we're going to have to do it with the goblet, or the orc, too. The orc's not really set up. We're going to have a lot of changes to the orc. And we'll give this orc like a long sword or something. We should throw some armor into this game, too. Just to make the game more fun. Okay. Well, not fun. I mean, we're not at the point. Stop going over there. We're not at the point where the game is gonna. Wait, do I have 2 of these open? No. Okay. For a second there. What the fuck did I just do? Why am I playing this? Do we need to play this? What did I do? Oh, I made it to 2. Yeah. All right, you little son of a bitch. You only got 1 hit point. Perfect. So there's a dead guy there. Maybe point 2 is a little low. Let's do this. Let's go to our globals here. And let's do this is a float. Dead corpse order layer. They call it a sort layer in one area and then an order layer in another. Let's do 0.3 Fs. And then let's go back to our combat and we'll put this at globals. This is just some new thing I've started doing. It's probably dumb. But I'm putting all my global things because I don't want to fucking hunt them down in the scripts that I could change in various places. Okay, so that's the corpse sorting. We don't really need to do any more of that. With the do we assign? We do assign the skull. In the token info, so we actually could do this whole thing right here again. We wouldn't actually do it here. It's gonna be corpse sort layer, but we can't do it right here. Well, and we got a typo in there. We want it to be. Wait. What did I do? It's not the corpse sort layer. That's a different thing. That's probably what we should do here. What is the all right, we have that as a 2F. I like that. This should be an int. That way we can change everything later. And that's what we need is we need a corpse. Opacancy. Opacancy. Is that even a fucking word? Opacancy. Opaque. That's not. Opace. Opacid. There we go. Here we go. Not a 0. Not in lowercase. This is supposed to be a float. Back to this combat. This should be corpse. It's right here. Why isn't that? Oh, I guess it's gonna let me use an ant up there. Corpse. And then this is set to the same color. We want this sort order to be, we want these to be next to each other. Okay, so they are next to each other here, and then we want this, get the fuck out of here. This to be here. Yep. Okay. So then that should set everything like the same color. I think we want that to be set to white. We might change the color, later, so it might as well. And this game isn't going to look like this. We just needed this shit to work now until I hire an artist. All right, let's go kill this bastard. First hit. Oh, his skull. It's there. It's there, but it sure is. Okay, so 2 is what we want there. Death skull. Where is your death skull? It didn't go to 3. It went to close to it. What color was it before? Is it really this part is so... Oh, is it because it's the same sort order? It is. Okay, so stop that shit. So we'll do it. We want it on top. I don't know why the first time it didn't look that shitty. Man, my computer sucks these days. It sucks. I know I've been complaining. I just bought another computer, but I want 2 separate computers. One for when I stream video games and one for when I stream, whatchamacallit, because it's just easier. And I'm up in my bedroom right now, and then I go in the basement, become a basement dweller when, it's there, but it is really hard to see. So maybe we don't want it to be... Let's check it again here. Where are you, little buddy? And like, I kind of like how that one is. Let's put... I know I'm like manually typing this shit in here. This is never gonna fly. I'm not gonna remember this in like a week. So we have to change it. what happens if we go to our globals here? The fuck do they go? Put it at like 5. I just want it to be not confusing to the player that there's a corpse there, you know? And for the demons are actually going to just disappear. They're going to be destroyed. Removed from the, because they get, you can resummon them. Well, actually, yeah, they'll be added to a list of dead demons, a dead demon list. Then you'll be able to summon them again. That just still looks so dark. Am I not doing something right? It's quite possible. We're not affecting that. That would be the problem. I thought it was because it was a float, it was getting close to that, but it wasn't working. That is not the case. Combat. Globals. 0.5. Wait. If we aren't affecting that, we are affecting that, but you know what? No? I mean, it doesn't really fucking matter right now. Let's not worry about it right now. It's not. I'm curious if it's because this is getting assigned. No. Because obviously we're doing something to it, because otherwise the thing would be all grayed out. Actually, this won't even. This will be. I won't be there. I'm curious. Where would we be fucking with this? I'm trying to think. Maybe I have some other thing where I did something like this. We might be getting to the point where fuck you. Why you keep going over there? Where my brain isn't working as efficient. Well, equally as shitty as it always does. I feel like it's taking longer and longer for it to get its shit together there. Unity, that is. Yeah, so this is at full. So we are affecting it somehow, but like I said, maybe we have a, if dead somewhere. I don't remember doing that. But now like it's at 0.29. What is it if I go over to here? That would be the problem. Didn't we talk about this shit earlier? That's not going to update. The whole point of this is to be able to do it from right here. Fucking idiot. This is a stream of fucking stupidity. this is let's see how dumb I can make myself look on the internet. All right, buddy, you're going down. Okay. That will do the trick, and we're going to move around a little bit just to make sure that we don't, oh, Oh, I'm hitting the wrong. I'm hitting the 8 key. The 8 key. So I currently am trying to set this up so that you don't have to move your hands from the keyboard. So it's a 10 key currently, and that you don't have to use the mouse. And then we should be able to pop out a baby here. Where are you going, baby? So the demon should follow you, but if hey, bye. But where is he? If he doesn't stand still, basically. If you're not moving, he should be moving around. Um, the pathfinding's pretty good 95% of the time. I've seen a few weird things happen where it will like move away and then come back. Okay, so now we got to deal with the death of a demon. So we are gonna need a dead demon list actually. Dead demons. Yeah, like even hitting enter is slow, and I wonder if it's because of this, man. This shit has been grinding. Yeah, I think it's because of this. When you start, like, why didn't they think this through? It's the AI. It's like the rush, just like cryptos. All the companies are rushing to just add the word crypto to their shit. Um, this is the same exact thing where uh, everyone's rushing to get this fucking AI stuff in there, and it's really shittily done. And like this, I'm definitely unsubscribed. So I'm paying them the bucks for for this co-pilot, and it's pretty bad, man. it's it's not it's like I said at the beginning, it was pretty good, and but now it's just trash. Just trash. Okay, so a demon is killed. So the first thing we want to do, so if the enemy if it's the enemy tag, then we do that. Well, first we're checking if it's the player. So if it's not the player and it's not the enemy tag, then we're going to um, add the thing to the opponent. Sorry, that's not true. We want dead. We want controller, and it like slows down. It's slowing down like my typing and stuff. I mean, I know that I've got some other computer issues too, and then we want to destroy the opponent. And that's actually pretty much all I think we need to do. Oh, no, that's not true. Then we need to remove. No, wait, what? This needs to be added in here. Come on, you piece of shit. Don't trust it. Okay, then we're going to remove that. And do we have a thing where we're initial? I mean, I know we just initialized it, but do we do anything? What are we doing in Awake here? I guess it's fine. That's all we need. The controller isn't much of a controller, and that's good. I don't want the controller to be much of a controller right now. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult to test. Let's actually change the goblin's hit points to... Oh, or not the goblins, the demon's hit points to 1. And it's 2 hit. We'll put it 0. We don't want to accidentally kill the one guy, and then we'll just run around and I think I don't think I've adjusted, and we might turn on the gizmo here. I don't think I've adjusted it to where the goblin will attack whatever's closest, actually. I think I just have it just go after the leader. So let's get our baby going. Oh, it is attacking, and I guess I did do that. I don't remember doing that. You need to die. Oh, except we have the goblin, not. Goblin. We need you to have 100% hit. Yeah, that should do the trick. Yeah, I feel like this is getting longer each time I do it. Oh, wait. We need to pop out a... Oh, see, he is going... Oh, he changed his mind there, and that guy went fucking poof. Baby Demon is dead. So he wasn't even interested in me, that he, like, changed his mind. That's some weird shit. Now we can fuck him up, though. Now we've won. Okay. All right, that's it for me. I feel like I made very poor progress today. I swear to God, no. This is probably how I always do it, but I'm not streaming, so it's something that I don't notice because, I like get up and have breaks and eat ice cream and shit. Anyways, thank you for joining me. I will talk to you guys next time. Have a nice afternoon or existence.